Hi guys, this is Bobby with bobbystamps.blogspot.com. I'm going to show you how I made this card, and it's a watercoloring backwash is what it's called. I used the banner punch there and then put the enamel dots on, cut the designer paper series out and then the Whisper White and stamped it and added a little bit of ribbon. The designer series paper is actually a celebration item right now, and it's on page 12. So it's the Wildflower Fields designer paper, and then right below it is the stamp set we're actually going to use, the Flowering Fields. So celebration is almost ending. I don't know if you can see it there, but it says it ends March 31st. So how this works is for every $50 you spend in the occasions catalog and the annual catalog, you'll receive a free item out of that celebration catalog. And there is a lot of neat stamp sets in there and paper. So we'll get started on this card. I'll go over the supplies. You're going to need 2 strips of white paper, and these are cut at about 1.5 inches, and a strip of paper for our sentiment. You're going to need white paper to Whisper White to cut out the first layered circle that we're going to stamp, and then the designer series paper for the background. We are going to use the framelits circles to cut out those. I'm going to lay that there to cut out the circles. Let me move this down just a bit so you can see better. So we'll use the framelits, the circles, to cut out both the pieces of paper. We're going to use Flowering Fields stamp set that I just showed you in the celebration catalog. And the sentiment that we're using is the You're the Best, and it's from the Sunburst Scenes. We're also going to use the Settles Candy Dots. Our ink that we're going to use is Mossy Meadow, Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, Island Indigo, Lost Lagoon, and Sierra Mist, or Marina Mist. And then we'll also be using the ribbon, Watermelon Wonder. And this is just a very, very pretty thin lace ribbon. I adore it. So we will go ahead and get started. And I almost forgot, guys, but you will need, we're going to use Island Indigo for our card base. So, and it's actually the long, so it's cut at 4 and scored at 5.5. So I will just set this back here, and I will tell you that this is kind of a messy job, so you want to protect your work surface. I got a little bit of mist on my pads because I had them setting like that. Thank gosh I had them closed, so that didn't hurt anything. But the first thing I'm going to do is cut out my circles. And this one is what, the circle is the one that we're going to use for the Whisper White. And actually this is the designer series paper, and this one is the Whisper White. So I'm going to run these to the Big Shot, cut them out, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I've got both pieces cut out, so now we're going to do our stamping. I'm going to use this block, and I'm going to use it for all of the stamps that we're going to use in this one. So the first one, we're going to ink up with the Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to stamp it up a little bit higher and then down a little bit lower, just stamped off there. I'm going to clean my stamp, grab the next one, and it's going to go stamped in the Delightful Dijon. And we're going to stamp it up just a tad bit higher. Clean our stamp. The next one is going to be in the Calypso Coral. I'm just going to stamp it. And it doesn't matter to me that they're touching or overlapping a little bit, because flowers do that, right? They don't all grow separately and not beside each other and touch each other. This one is the Island Indigo. And then I'm going to stamp off just a little bit and then stamp that one. So that's it. Other than our sentiment, that's all the stamping that we do. So for right now, we can go ahead and put these two pieces together. Let me grab my snail. And we'll just put a little bit of snail on that. Get it where you like it centered, where you think it's centered. That piece is done, so we'll get it out of our way. I'm gonna close my ink pads up, because if I don't, we could have an accident. I'm not saying I'm accident prone, but I have been known to do that before, stamping the wrong color. So now for our water coloring wash, we're going to still use the Island Indigo, Lost Lagoon, and Marina Mist are the three colors that we're going to use. And I'm going to kind of scoot this over, and excuse me as I move the camera just a little bit over. Okay, so what you want to do is grab your block, and then I start with my lighter color, and you need to remember what end you're starting at when you're doing this in case you want to go back and re-ink it. You just put your ink on your block, then the next color, and it doesn't matter if they overlap, and then the last color is there, and then one of the pieces that we're going to use with the banner punch you need to have ready. I don't have a Stampin' Mist bottle. I ordered one. It should be here any day, next week I'm hoping. But you want to spritz your block, and I'm going to move these out of the way just because they're open. And after what happened earlier, because this bottle does spray, and the more water and the more you spray on there, the more, and so you can see it splattered, but I don't care because that's the absolute look that we're going for, is a messy look. So you just lay it on your paper. You can push down, and you can see it's a mess. You can push down, or you can just leave it set there. It's however you decide to do it. I keep baby wipes handy for my fingers because I don't want to get everything a mess. So just throw those out of the way. Now I'm going to pull up on this and see what we have. And I'm going to clean my block off. You don't have to clean your block off. You can leave it like that. And if you decide you want to do another color, another layer of the color, then you can do that. But I'm going to go ahead and dry this. You don't have to dry it. You can let it air dry. But just for the video purposes, I'm going to go ahead and dry it just a little bit. I love how it's running there on the side. Can you see that right up there? And then it's okay, even right there, that a little bit of it didn't get, the water didn't get absorbed. But I do think I'm going to go ahead, and this is my lighter end. I do think I'm going to do it again because I want it to be a little bit darker. And so, which one was my lightest one? Got them all mixed up. I think it was this one, the Lost Lagoon. And it's still got a little bit of water on there, and that's perfectly fine that it does. And then I just want it to be a little bit darker. I mean, I'm very happy with that, and I think it's very pretty. But I just want a little bit darker look than what I ended up getting there. So again, we're going to spritz it up. And you can even maneuver the water on your block to make it run where you want it. And make sure that you keep your lighter with the lightest again. And then just stamp down again. And I like holding it there. You can rub it or just leave it set there. You don't really have to press down really super hard or anything. And then you can come back up, and I absolutely love that effect that just made. Let me grab another diaper wipe. And you could, like even with what's the excess on the block, if you wanted to put it on there, you could do it again if you wanted to do it. It's just you can keep going until you get the look that you're after. So again, I'm going to dry this just a little bit so that way we can continue on with the video. We don't have that much more to do, so this won't dry. Because we really can't move on to any other steps. I think I'm going to pause the video just for a minute, guys, while I finish this. Okay, I think that's dry enough. And as I'm drying this, I'm trying to figure, because I just love the way that that turned out, I'm trying to figure which end I want to put in my label or banner punch, because I really like both ends. So I'm not sure which end I want to cut off. I love the water the way it's there, but then down here I like the way it kind of marbled and left a little bit of the white showing through. So I'm going to go ahead and close our ink pads just to keep them safe and out of the way. We are almost done, guys. This is super easy. Super easy card. I'm going to get this out of the way just because we don't want to get our card messy now. So I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on with our snail. You can just, I tried to move it up a little bit closer to the top because I wanted to have the ribbon on there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use our banner punch to punch our banner, and just make sure that you have it all the way in there and hold it down, and then just push down, and then we'll have to cut that, trim that off a little bit. And I think I'm going to put this end in just because it's the lighter. So we want to put in there, make sure that you have it in there straight, and push down. I love my banner punch. Then I just kind of added, or I'm sorry, lined them up sort of like that, because I just wanted a little bit of the white. And then you can cut off, and I like to use my Stampin' trimmer, and it's out of my camera shot, so I'm going to pause this really quick while I run and do that. A bit longer than I did the original card. So I'm going to use my snail. And since this paper's been watercolored and had water on it and it's gone through a lot, if you wanted to, you could use Fast Fuse. But I'm not that worried about it. And then flip this over, put some snail on the back of that, line it up towards the bottom where you're comfortable with it, put that there, grab our ribbon, and then I like to make sure that the ruffle side is towards the bottom. And grab my scissors. Line that back up again. It looks like I just moved it. We don't need that much because we're going to kind of scrunch it up. Not too tight, but I'll put it over in the corner. And then I kind of just pull it down where you want it. And I just tied it in a simple knot. And I kind of wanted it to be a little bit tight, so I just kind of pulled it. Cut your ends off at an angle. Super quick card. Now we're going to do our sentiment in the Calypso Coral. Let me find my strip of paper. There it is under our banner punch. So we will ink up our sentiment, and then you just press down and up. And then another thing I can't live without is my washi label. I use this so much on my cards. Just pop that out and pop that out. And then you guys know me, if you've been watching my videos, you know I can't just leave a white tag. I have to do my little around the sides. I just think the white just is so plain. And this just kind of makes it look distressed, and I really like that look. I'm one of those crafty kind of people that has their house decorated in country crafts and things like that. Okay, so then we're going to get our dimensionals, pop it up. I've got another video tutorial that I'm going to do probably tomorrow or the next few days and show you another watercoloring technique that I tried on a different card, and I really liked the way it turned out. I really don't like to do the same thing over and over with cards. Just cut them out, you know, put them on a piece of cardstock. I like to use different techniques or come up with different ideas, things like that. So, and then for these you can use, I used 3 on my original card, but you could use 2, however many you want. So I don't know if you can see that. And the way I lined it up before is I kind of tried to line it up with the middle there of the banner, and then lined the first one up with the end of the label, and then did the same with that one, and then kind of put one in the middle. And there you go. That card is that quick and that easy. And this technique is very easy. It is messy, so if you don't want to get your fingers messy, this probably isn't a card that you want to do. But I'm super excited to try new things, and when I learn new things, to share it with anybody that's subscribed to my channel. So if you like this and if you want to see different techniques, I'm going to do another one besides the watercoloring one here in the next couple of days. That is my favorite card that I've seen. It's a cased card, I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you exactly where I found it at. It was on Pinterest, but I'll tell you the person's name. I'll link it in the video when I actually do it. But there's a lot of sponging and things in that, but it is a beautiful, beautiful card. When I seen it on Pinterest, I knew I had to try to make the card. But anyway, this is a quick and simple card you can give to a friend, and make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos and get notifications when I do a video. Make sure that you visit my blog. It's bobbystamps@blogspot.com. I post every day, put new videos up, specials, giveaways, things like that. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and God bless.